6.1. Okay, so in our book, I have some examples, and there's two different methods. You're going to graph things using the x-y intercept method, and that's when you have an x and y axis, and you're saying, where does my line intersect with the x-axis and the y-axis? So this would be my x-intercept and my y-intercept, and so you'll just do 2 points. And then the other method is, here it says, graph the equation using points. So you're just going to pick some easy points from your head. Here I chose -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and put them into the equation and put them into a table of values, and then put them on the graph, and then sort of join them up. So let's do some examples. This way. Okay, so first, to find the x and the y-intercept, to do the y-intercept, you do let x equal 0. Because if x is 0, if you're here sitting at 0, you can go up and down and be on the y-axis, but you can't go anywhere on the x-axis. So that's my x-intercept. Then my x-intercept, I'm going to find it by going let y equal 0. And we do the same thing. Copy out our equation. That's a negative there. So now wherever the x is, I'm going to put brackets. Now wherever the y is, I'm going to put a bracket. But he's kind of by himself, so you don't really need a bracket. So now wherever the brackets are, I'm going to put the 0 in here. And because it's y, I'm going to put the 0 here. Now I'm going to solve for y. Okay, so my first ordered pair is if x is 0, y is 4. Now I have to solve for x. And it's like a meson, it's a scale. So I want x by itself, so I'm going to get rid of the 4 first. So I'm left with -4 equals -2x. I want x alone, so I have to get rid of the 2, but because it's multiply, it's close, I have to do it this way. I have to go same over same. That's not same, it has to be minus, exactly the same. And it's a meson or a scale, so I have to do it to the same to the other side. So that's 1, so I have 1x on this side, and when I divide this, it's equal to 2. So my second ordered pair is when x is 2, be careful, when x is 2, y is 0. So now I just plot the points, 0 and up 4. See, that's my y-intercept because it's where it touches, the line's going to touch the y-axis. Now it says go 2 and don't go up, don't go down. So that's my second point. Now I'm going to join it up with a line. There's my line. Okay, so that's how you solve, or that's how you graph an equation when you're using the x and y intercepts. You're just going to find 2 points, and you're going to use x equals 0 and y equals 0. This method I love. I love because it's so easy. But because there's only 2 points, if you make a little mistake, you don't know. Okay? So now we're going to do another example. Oops, where did it go? Here. Now it says, graph the equation by using points. So when we use points, we usually use at minimum 3 points. Okay? Now because this is just an x here, it means it's going to be a straight line. If I look at the next question, because it's a 2, I know because I'm a math teacher, and you will know eventually, that it's going to have a shape like this, like a happy face. Hello, I'm happy. Okay? It might be this way, it might be this way, or it might be sad. Okay? But it's like this. And when we have a 2, sometimes we use 5 points just to make sure. Okay? So let's do the first one. I don't like fractions. I hate fractions. I'm going to change this to a decimal, 0.5. It's just easier for my brain. So because we're using points, we just pick some easy points, okay? What easy points do we know? So our first one, let x equal 0. Okay, why did I use x instead of y? Because here, everything is hanging out with the x, which makes it easier to solve for y. Okay, so I'm doing x equals 0, and what's the next easy value? 1. And let x equal, let's say, 2, because those are easy numbers. So I'm going to write down the equation. And then wherever the x is, I'm going to put a bracket. Oops, that's not a bracket. So now I'm going to substitute in the numbers that we chose. So here I'm putting 0 here, 1 here, and 2 here. So 0 times anything is 0, so y equals 4. Half of 1, that's half, plus 4, so y equals 4.5. Oh, yucky. Okay, half of 2 is 1, so that equals 5. So now, if x is 0, y is 4. If x is 1, y is 4.5. If x is 2, y is 5. So now I'm just going to use these 3 points to graph my line. 0, 4. 1, 4.5. 2 is 5. There. That's my line. So now the next one and last one. Now because this is a 2, I know it's going to look like this, which means I probably need a few more points. So I'll pick 5 points. Let's do the easy one. Let x equals 0. Let x equals, let's do 2. Let x equal, let's do a negative 2. Let x equal 4. Let x equals negative 4. So I'm just picking easy numbers. And now I'm going to write out the equation. Oops, you can't see everything. Let me move it up a bit. There. And then I'm going to brackets. That's not a bracket. And now I'm going to substitute in the values that we picked from our head. 0, 2, negative 2, 4, negative 4. Okay, well 0 squared is 0, so y is just equal to 2. 2 squared is 4, like that. Now be careful. If you don't put your brackets in, if you're going to use your calculator, watch this. If I just go negative 2 squared plus 2, oh, no, that's an exponent there. Just wait, start again. Negative 2 squared, oops, no, plus 2. It's going to say my answer is negative 2, but that's wrong. You need to keep your brackets. Negative 2, because it's all of, if I don't put my brackets, then it's just squaring the 2 and putting the negative on afterwards. So be careful. Oh, what happened? Okay, I don't know, my calculator's being funny. There. So the real answer is 6. So be careful. When you have negatives, keep your bracket. Ah, here's another negative. So negative 4 times negative 4 equals 16. So that's 16 plus 2. If I just go negative 4 squared, That's really saying 4, it's really saying 4 times 4, and then please put that negative back on in front. But we really want negative 4 times negative 4 to get the positive 16, because that would give us negative 16. So that's wrong. So make sure you use brackets when you do this. Okay? So now, what are our points? So 0, 2. If x is 2, it's 6. If x is negative 2, it's 6. If x is 4, it's 18. Well, that's way off my graph. Negative 4 and 18. Okay. So if it's 0, it's 2. If it's 2, it's 6. If it's negative 2, then it's 6. If it's 4, then it's like, wow, up here, way off the page. I'm going to move it down so you can see me. So if it's 4, it's like way up here. And if it's negative 4, then it's like way up here. So then it sort of looks like this. There. So you can see why I chose 5 points, because it helps me understand the shape of my graph. If I just put 3, I wouldn't really understand. Okay, so if you see like a 2 or something that is, if it looks different than just a linear equation where there's no exponent, so say it looks like this, a square root, I would do like maybe 5 points, maybe less, okay, but this one really important, okay.